Welcome back, esteemed viewers and dedicated followers of the truth, to Mr. Magazine, the only digital sanctuary where the polished exterior of the celebrity world is peeled back to reveal the raw, unvarnished reality beneath. We do not just read the headlines here, we dissect the psychology, the atmosphere, and the unspoken tensions that define the lives of the stars you admire. Today, we are turning our analytical lens toward a phenomenon that is currently gripping the Turkish television industry, a narrative involving two of the biggest heavyweights in the business, the enigmatic Kagate Ulusoy and the ever-graceful Demet Özdemir. They are the faces of the season's most ambitious project, Ezref Rüya, a series that promised to shatter ratings records but has instead found itself in the crosshairs of a fierce societal debate. But before we step onto the chaotic set of this high-stakes production and unravel the mystery of their conflicting statements, I have a small but vital request for you. If you value deep, investigative storytelling that goes beyond the surface, please press that subscribe button right now. And for those of you who want to be the true executive producers of this channel, the Join button is your gateway to exclusive perks and a closer relationship with our team. Your support fuels our passion. Don't forget to like this video to help the algorithm find other truth seekers, and turn on notifications so you never miss a breaking story. Now, let us transport ourselves to the tension-filled filming locations of Ezref Rüya. In the grand theatre of television production, where every glance is choreographed and every line is scripted, the most revealing moments often occur when the director yells "cut." It is in these fleeting intermissions, these unscripted pauses between takes, that the true character of a star is revealed. For the cast and crew of Ezref Rüya, a production that carries the weight of immense expectations, the pressure is a palpable force, hovering over the set like a storm cloud. The series, designed to be a titan of the ratings charts, has indeed captured the public's attention, but perhaps not entirely for the reasons the producers had hoped. While the narrative weaves a complex tale of power and intrigue, it is the depiction of violence, raw, unfiltered, and arguably gratuitous, that has ignited a firestorm of criticism across social media platforms. The digital public square has been buzzing with accusations that the show is glamorizing brutality, setting a dangerous precedent for the impressionable youth who idolize stars like Ulusoy and Özdemir. The first to face the firing line was Kagate Ulusoy. Known for his intense privacy and a career trajectory that has seen him evolve from a romantic lead to a gritty character actor, Ulusoy's reaction was characteristically stoic and undeniably sharp. He did not offer an apology, he did not offer a detailed sociological defense. Instead, he drew a hard line in the sand, a boundary of consumer responsibility that few actors dare to articulate so bluntly. His words were brief, cutting through the noise with the precision of a scalpel. You watch the first episode, and if it doesn't convince you, you don't watch it. In this concise statement, Ulusoy essentially threw the ball back into the court of the viewer. It was a declaration of artistic independence, a refusal to coddle the audience. I want to pause right here and get your take on this specific attitude. This is a crucial debate in the world of entertainment. Do you agree with Kagate Ulusoy's take it or leave it approach? Is it the viewer's responsibility to change the channel, or do actors and producers have a moral obligation to tone down violence? This is the kind of high-level discussion we love here at Mr. Magazine. Please, head down to the comment section and let us know, is Kagate right, or was he being too dismissive? While you are typing your thoughts, remember that engaging with the video helps us grow. And if you are really enjoying this content, consider hitting that Join button to support independent journalism in the magazine world. We appreciate every single one of you. To fully understand the weight of Ulusoy's words, we must look beyond the surface. Sources deep within the industry, those who whisper in the dimly lit corners of production studios, suggest that this response stems from a place of deep-seated frustration. Kagate Ulusoy is an artist who pours himself into his roles, and there is a growing sense that he feels unfairly targeted. He believes that the obsessive focus on the violent mechanics of Ezref Rüya ignores the psychological depth, the intricate dramatic structure, and the heavy lifting the cast is doing to portray complex human emotions. To him, the violence is a narrative tool, not a gimmick. His curt response was not just a brush-off. It was a defense mechanism, a shield raised against what he perceives as a superficial critique of his craft. he operates on the principle that art should not be sanitized for comfort, and that the ultimate censorship power lies in the remote control held by the viewer. However, just as the echoes of Ulusoy's blunt pragmatism were fading, the microphone found its way to Demet Özdemir. And in that moment, the atmosphere shifted perceptibly. If Ulusoy is the immovable rock, Özdemir is the flowing water, adaptable, nuanced, and acutely aware of the currents of public opinion. Her response to the exact same inquiry could not have been more different in tone and substance. She did not dismiss the criticism, instead, she intellectualized it. With a calm demeanor, she introduced a concept that has since become the subject of endless debate: individual perception. Her exact words, "In my opinion, whether each scene affects you has nothing to do with the series or the film, it's a matter of individual perception," reframed the entire argument. This glaring dichotomy between the two leads has become the talk of the town. Why did they disagree so fundamentally on a public stage? Was this a coordinated good cop, bad cop routine designed by a savvy PR team to cover all bases? Or, as the more cynical observers suggest, does this reflect a genuine disconnect between the two co-stars? Rumors circulating behind the scenes of Ezref Rüya hint that while there is no open hostility, there is a definite difference in professional philosophy. Ulusoy is portrayed as the purist, uninterested in the noise of social media, focused solely on the work. Özdemir, conversely, is seen as the modern star, fully engaged with the discourse, understanding that in 2026, the conversation around a show is just as important as the show itself. The social media reaction to this split was instantaneous and polarizing. The fan bases, usually united in their support for the show, found themselves in opposing camps. One faction rallied behind Ulusoy, championing his freedom of choice rhetoric as the only honest way to consume media. The other faction lauded Özdemir for her emotional intelligence, arguing that her acknowledgement of perception showed a respect for the audience's diverse reactions. This digital tug-of-war has kept Ezref Rüya trending for days, proving that sometimes, a controversy is worth its weight in gold for marketing purposes. But we must ask, is there a chill in the air on set? Did this public disagreement translate into private tension when the cameras stopped rolling? According to our insiders within the production crew, professional courtesy remains the order of the day. There were no shouting matches, no storming off to trailers. However, in the ecosystem of a long-running series, these small ideological fractures can grow. When two leads view the very core of their project through such different lenses, one seeing it as art that requires no apology, the other as a medium subject to interpretation, it inevitably colors their interactions. The coldness some fans claim to spot in behind-the-scenes footage might not be animosity, but rather the distance between two very different professional worldviews. As we analyze this, we must consider the possibility that this entire crisis is a mirror of the show itself, complex, multifaceted, and open to interpretation. The tension might be the greatest performance of all, or it might be the first crack in the facade of a troubled production. What is certain is that the chemistry between Kagate Ulusoy and Demet Özdemir is now being scrutinized not just for romantic sparks, but for ideological friction. Every interview they give from this point forward will be parsed for consistency. Will they align their narratives, or will they continue to drift apart in their public messaging? This is where you come in, the brilliant minds of the Mr. Magazine community. We want to know, which approach resonates more with you? Are you Team Kagate, believing in the absolute freedom of the viewer? Or are you Team Demet, believing that context and perception are key? Or perhaps you think both are missing the point? Let us know in the comments. We are also curious, who else in the Turkish celebrity world do you think would handle this pressure well? Is there another duo you want us to investigate? Drop your suggestions below. We build our content around what you want to see. And if you haven't liked the video yet, please do so now, it really helps us keep these deep dives coming. Let's circle back to the core of the issue, the specific phrasing used by Demet Özdemir. When she speaks of perception, she is touching on a very modern dilemma. In an era where every scene is clipped, shared, and analyzed out of context on platforms like X, formerly Twitter, and Instagram, an actor's control over their work is minimal. Özdemir seems to understand that the reality of the show is constructed in the mind of the viewer, not just on the screen. Her statement was, in many ways, a plea for the audience to take ownership of their own emotional reactions. It was a soft power move, contrasting sharply with Ulusoy's hard power approach. Meanwhile, the silence that followed their answers on set was reportedly deafening. Crew members, usually busy with the mechanics of filming, paused to absorb the weight of the moment. It is rare for two co-leads to be so out of sync on the primary controversy facing their project. Usually, these answers are rehearsed, polished by publicists, and delivered in harmony. The spontaneity of this disagreement is what makes it so compelling. It suggests that these were honest, unscripted thoughts, revealing the true personalities behind the characters they play. It strips away the veneer of PR management and shows us two human beings grappling with the consequences of their art. In the coming weeks, we will be watching the ratings of Esref Rüya closely. If the numbers spike, we will know that this controversy, and the differing stances of its stars, acted as the perfect catalyst. If they drop, it may indicate that the audience, confused by the mixed messaging, has decided to take Kagate's advice and simply stop watching. Regardless of the outcome, this incident has cemented itself as a case study in celebrity crisis management. It highlights the delicate balance actors must strike between artistic integrity and public responsibility. As we conclude this extensive analysis, one thing is abundantly clear: the story of Esref Rüya is now as much about what happens off-screen as what happens on screen. The clash of philosophies between Çağatay Ulusoy and Demet Özdemir has opened a window into the soul of the industry, revealing the tensions that exist between art, commerce, and public opinion. You can rest assured that Mr. Magazine will be right here, monitoring every development, every whisper, and every new statement. Thank you for spending your valuable time with us today. We hope this video gave you a new perspective on the headlines you see scrolling past on your phone. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please subscribe to Mr. Magazine and join our growing community of truth seekers. Don't forget to click the join button if you want to support us directly and get access to our exclusive members-only content. We read every comment, so please leave your thoughts below. Until the next scandal breaks, stay curious, stay informed, and keep watching Mr. Magazine. Goodbye.